I open my remaining eye, and the first thing I feel is pain. Not my own, but a galaxy-wide scream, endless and raw, echoing through every thread of reality. This place is wrong. It is not Asgard. It is not Midgard. It is not any of the 9 realms I once guarded. The air itself feels heavy, soaked in fear and bloodshed, as if war has become the natural state of existence here. I reach outward with my senses, and what I find troubles me deeply. This galaxy survives on endless conflict. Billions live only to die for causes they barely understand. Gods are not honored here for wisdom or sacrifice, but fed through terror, rage, despair, and blind devotion. I have seen cruel gods before, but never one so bloated by mortal suffering. The war presses against my thoughts like a shattered echo of Yggdrasil. Where the world tree once connected realms through balance and sacrifice, this realm twists connections into madness. Every path leads to hunger. Every vision bleeds into another. Fate here does not whisper, it screams, and it screams lies. I feel humanity most of all. They cling to survival with broken hands, worshipping pain as if it were holy. They call this endurance. They call this faith. But I see no wisdom in it, only exhaustion stretched across 10,000 years of war. Far away, I sense Terra. A world burning, yet unbroken. Alive, yet slowly dying. At its heart sits a presence vast and wounded, powerful beyond measure, chained by duty and belief. I do not yet know his name, but I know his burden. One truth becomes clear to me. If I remain silent, if I turn away as I once did in other ages, this galaxy will not find balance on its own. Chaos will continue to feast. Fate will rot. And wisdom will be buried beneath endless war. I did not come here by accident. And I will not leave without purpose. I walk among the humans of this Imperium, and everywhere I go, I see heads bowed. They kneel not because they love, but because they fear. Their prayers are heavy, spoken like duties, not hopes. They worship a God who does not answer, a ruler who cannot rise from his throne. I have known gods who died with honor, and kings who ruled until their last breath. This is neither. This is something held together by sacrifice without end. I feel him before I see him. The Emperor. His presence fills the world like a distant sun that no longer warms. There is great power there, greater than many gods I have faced, but it is trapped, stretched thin across the stars. He is not resting. He is enduring. I feel his exhaustion, his unending vigilance, his loneliness. He carries humanity on his back like a burden he can never set down. I do not kneel. Not out of pride, but understanding. Kneeling would be a lie. I was never a god who demanded worship, and I will not begin now. I watch instead. I listen. This Imperium survives through control, through strict order and obedience. Fear is its shield. Faith is its chain. The warriors of this realm catch my eye. Space Marines. Tall, powerful, forged for war alone. They remind me of my Einherjar, yet something vital is missing. My warriors fought with honor and feasted in joy between battles. These soldiers know only duty. No songs. No rest. No choice. They are weapons that walk like men. I ask myself a hard question as I observe this empire. Has humanity traded wisdom for survival? Have they decided that living without meaning is better than dying with truth? Perhaps in this galaxy, such choices are forced. But even so, I wonder how long a people can endure when hope itself has been locked away. Power may keep them alive. But without wisdom, it will never set them free. I turn my gaze toward the warp, and I finally understand the so-called gods that rule this galaxy from the shadows. They are loud. They are hungry. And they are hollow. These are not true gods born of sacrifice or purpose. They are parasites, feeding on what mortals give them without knowing the cost. Khorne roars the loudest. I feel his presence like an endless storm of anger. He is rage without direction, war without meaning. He does not care why blood is spilled, only that it is. I have known battle all my life, But battle without honor is nothing more than slaughter. Khorne teaches mortals to drown in fury and calls it strength. I call it weakness. Tsench coils through thought and prophecy. He hoards knowledge, yet understands none of it. Schemes stacked upon schemes, lies built on lies. He offers vision, but never truth. I gave my eye for wisdom. Tsench gives secrets freely, because secrets without wisdom always destroy their bearer. Nurgle greets suffering with a smile. He wraps decay in false kindness and calls it peace. He tells the broken to accept rot instead of fighting for life. I have seen death. I have welcomed it when the time was right. But to worship decay is to surrender the will to endure. Slaanesh whispers the sweetest lies of all. Desire without limit. Pleasure without restraint. Hunger that can never be satisfied. I see souls consumed not by pain, but by excess. Want replaces purpose, and nothing is ever enough. I refuse to kneel to any of them. I refuse to fear them. Belief is their true weapon, and I will not feed them. I speak their names not with reverence, but with understanding. The moment mortals stop worshipping their own worst instincts, these gods begin to starve. They call themselves eternal. I have watched eternity end before. I reach into the warp, not with force, but with understanding. This realm is chaos only because it has been allowed to be so. It reacts to fear, desire, rage, and despair, bending itself around the weakest parts of mortal minds. Fate here is a storm because no one ever taught it how to be a river. I have shaped fate before. I know its language. I begin by carving runes, not into stone or metal, but into meaning itself. These are not symbols of control. They are marks of balance. Each rune carries a simple truth: choice matters more than emotion. Sacrifice matters more than impulse. Responsibility matters more than prophecy. The warp resists me at first. It always does. Chaos thrives on reaction, and I give it none. I do not rage. I do not demand. I endure. Slowly, the currents begin to change. The screaming quiets. Paths that once tangled into madness begin to straighten. I feel the effect immediately. Psychers across the galaxy pause in confusion. For the first time in their lives, the voices lessen. Thoughts arrive one by one instead of all at once. Power no longer feels like drowning. It feels like standing in deep water with solid ground beneath their feet. Some weep. Some laugh. Some simply breathe. Prophecy changes as well. Visions no longer crash into the mind like weapons. They soften. They become whispers, possibilities instead of commands. The future loosens its grip. Destiny is no longer a cage. It becomes a road with many turns. This is where chaos weakens. When mortals stop believing that their fate is sealed, fear loses its flavor. When they realize the future can be shaped, despair fades. The gods of the warp grow quieter, not because I struck them down, but because fewer souls feed them. I do not erase fate. I teach it restraint. A galaxy that can choose its path no longer belongs to chaos alone. I do not ask them to kneel. I do not ask for temples, statues, or endless prayers whispered in fear. I have seen what worship does to gods and mortals alike. It blinds one and chains the other. Humanity here already boasts too much. What they need is not another throne, but a mirror. I speak to leaders first, not as a ruler, but as a warning. I show them the cost of blind faith. I show them worlds burned in the name of duty, billions lost because no one dared to question orders. Faith without thought becomes a weapon that turns inward. I tell them that belief should strengthen life, not crush it. Some listen. Many do not. Change never comes easily to those who survive through fear. I walk among warriors next. I do not tell them to stop fighting. This galaxy would swallow such a dream whole. Instead, I remind them why they fight. Honor is not mercy for the enemy, but meaning for the self. Endless slaughter hollows the soul. A warrior who knows purpose stands stronger than one driven only by orders. Some feel this truth stir inside them, even if they cannot yet name it. I remind humanity of something they have forgotten. Gods are not meant to rule life forever. We are meant to guide, to teach, and to step aside when the lesson is learned. Power that demands worship is already afraid of losing it. Wisdom does not fear being questioned. The Imperium does not change overnight. It cannot. Its bones are built from war and sacrifice. But small cracks appear. Leaders hesitate before condemning entire worlds. Warriors pause before killing without reason. Questions begin to spread, quiet but dangerous. This is enough for now. I do not need to rule this galaxy. If humanity learns to think again, to choose meaning over fear, then they will no longer need gods to save them. And that is how it should be. I know this peace will not last. Chaos never dies quietly. It waits, it adapts, it learns. I feel the warp shifting again, testing the limits I placed upon it. Old powers stir in the dark, watching, measuring. Some remember me. Others only feel that something ancient has challenged their hunger. This galaxy is moving toward its ending, just as mine once did. Every world, every empire, every god believes it can escape its final war. They are wrong. Ragnarok is not a single battle. It is the moment when lies can no longer hold reality together. And this galaxy is built on many lies. I sense new threats rising beyond chaos alone. Silent collectors of souls, endless machines that deny fate itself, minds older than stars that do not fear gods. They do not roar like corn or whisper like stench. They simply endure. Even I must respect such patience. The final war will not be simple. It will not be clean. It will not be won by strength alone. I prepare not by raising armies, but by sharpening truth. I gather knowledge, not to control the future, but to understand it. I watch where courage grows and where fear still rules. I mark those who choose meaning over survival, because they will matter when the end comes. I do not promise victory. Any god who promises that is lying. I promise only this: when the galaxy stands at the edge of oblivion, it will not face the darkness blind. It will know why it fights. It will know what it protects. And it will know what must be sacrificed. If this galaxy must fall, it will not fall screaming in ignorance. It will fall standing, with eyes open, choosing its final steps instead of being dragged by fate. That is all I have ever fought for. Not endless life. Not eternal rule. Meaning. And when the last battle comes, I will be ready to face it, not as a king, not as a tyrant, but as one who understands how endings are meant to be met.